You know, Harrison and I really enjoy cooking in the kitchen, and we want you to join us. So let's have some fun. Welcome to Cooked with Shaq. Oh, yay! How's everybody doing? It's Cooked with Shaq. I'm Shaq. He's Harrison, and we got a great big chunk of meat ready to go. Look at that. Big chunk of pork. Today we are doing something, it's super easy, really easy and really tasty. We are doing ginger garlic sticky pork.
Oh.
Then we're going to serve it on a bed of rice with some pan-fried broccoli. I know we're getting a little healthy on there, but we're going to be pan-frying it.
I was a little worried when I saw that bowl of green coming in here.
Yeah, you know what? You got to have that. And unfortunately today, folks, if you're thinking about us doing with bacon, no bacon on the show today. There'll be no cheese on the show today. But like I say, we got a big chunk of meat that we're going to be cutting up, and we're going to be making it into ginger garlic sticky pork. Now,
that sounds good.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. So now what we have for ingredients real quickly here, let's just run through them. We got some soy sauce, we've got some honey, we've got some rice vinegar, we got hot sauce, we've got, look at that, that's how much garlic we're using today.
All right, that makes me happy.
There will be no vampires within miles of this place after we are done with that garlic. And we also have some ginger too that we're going to be grating up and putting in with the sticky pork. So let's get going first off with the rice. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can make rice. Now, some people make rice with chicken broth. I was thinking about doing that today too, and then I thought, you know what, I really want the pork to really stand out. So we're gonna make rice just kind of the ordinary with regular water, but we're gonna do something a little bit different. So this is what I like to do with rice when we are making it just with water, just to give it a little extra taste. So we'll start off with some butter and in the pot. Let's get that right in there. Melt it up, and then you put in your rice.
Oh.
This is like a basmati rice, so you can use any kind of rice, long grain rice, and then just stick it right in there. Now, this is what the butter will do. It will actually brown it up a little bit and give it a little bit more of a, what's the word, kind of a nuttier flavor.
Oh.
Yeah, so you kind of brown up the rice in that butter. So it's going to take a while to do that. So we're going to get that rolling. Now let's go really quickly over to the meat. This is a pork rib roast. Now what we want to do is cut this up into small strips. Okay, so we're going to do that right away. But first off, we got to get that rice going. So let's just make sure this rice is happening here. All right, so now you can see that the rice is starting to brown a little bit, and that's exactly what we want. Again, it's going to give it more of a nutty flavor, and you want a little bit more than just a bland rice, right?
Yeah.
You want to get a little bit more flavor in there. So that is ready to go. Now what we do is they've got 2 cups, or we have 2 cups of regular basmati rice in there. So that means you're going to need 4 cups of water, or chicken broth, or whatever kind of liquid you want. So let her rip. Get 2 cups of water and 4 cups of water, and bring that to a boil. Once that starts boiling, then of course you turn down the heat and let it all just soak up all that water and get nice and tender. Okay, so we're gonna let that go for a bit. Now, let's go over to the meat.
Yes.
Nice sharp knife. You've got your pork roast, and you want to cut your strips off of this roast so that they are, boy, that looks good just like that, eh?
It does. Yeah.
All right, so you want them to, I'd say about a 1/2 inch by about a 1/2 inch. So that's what the strips are gonna look like that, okay? So we go about a 1/2 inch, and then get 1/2 inch strips off of that. Now you can use any kind of a pork roast. This is a rib roast, but if you want to, even if you want to just get some boneless pork chops and cut those up, you can do it as well. All right, let's see how fast I can do this. All right, here we go.
democratic assholes living on the backs of the poor. Corporate breeding and path of destruction. Latino medic fighting the war. Against a powerful capital's hungry. Raise a fist and resist, take no more. This is the story of my people.
And just about there. And there it is. All of our meat is cut up
Awesome.
and ready to go. Our rice is boiling, I can see right now. Let's give it a stir real quick. Now, what we do is we turn that down to low and just put the lid on it. Let it simmer away until it's all done. And we're gonna be coming back. We got the meat cut up. We got the rice ready to go. We're ready to put the meat in the pan. We're gonna make the sauce. It is ginger, garlic, sticky pork that we're making with rice tonight on Cooked with Shaq. Join us in just a couple of seconds.
Farm to table, Saskatchewan's hog farmers are committed to safe, sustainable pork production. Enjoy the flavor of the world's finest pork raised by people you can trust. Visit saskpork.com or visit us on Facebook at Pick Sask Pork.
Welcome back. It is Cooked with Shaq, and we are doing ginger garlic sticky pork tonight. And oh, it's such a great recipe too. We got a little bit of hot sauce that we're gonna put in there, so we're gonna kick it up with a little zest. We've got some ginger. I'm gonna give you a bit of a lesson on ginger here coming up in just a little bit. We've got a whole schwack of garlic that we're gonna be putting on. We've got all the meat ready to go. This was a pork rib roast, but again, you can use any kind of pork roast or any kind of pork chops, anything that doesn't have a bone, because you're going to be cutting up into strips anyway, so you'll be cutting that bone out. So, you know, why do all the extra work when you can just get something boneless and away you go. All right, so let's do this. We got the nice hot pan ready to roll. We're going to start off with a little bit of canola oil. That goes into the pan. Just eyeball that. Then, when you wait for that oil to get all nice and shimmery, see how nice and shimmery it is? That means it's ready to go, and then get your meat ready to roll. Just stand back because it's gonna be hot. There it goes. All right, meat is in. Just gonna grab a tongs here. Now what you wanna do is make sure you just brown it all up. Now, I may have put a little bit too much of the meat in the pan at one shot here. If you want, you can do it in batches, just so that if you know, once you get too much meat in the pan, it kind of boils rather than browns. But this should be okay because the pan is nice and hot. So we should be ready to go. Now, you want to season the pork a little bit. And that is, you want to grab some salt. Look at this fancy salt, hey? It's pink Himalayan salt.
Wow.
I have no idea where it came from. I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to put it in food. Maybe it's a bath salt. Maybe you're supposed to use it for the bathtub. I don't know.
Is that your wife's?
I have no idea. I just grabbed it. It looked good, so I'm using it.
All right.
Himalayan pink salt going in. All right, so now, you don't have to have too much salt because remember, you're gonna have soy sauce in the sauce that we're making. And soy sauce has a lot of salt in it too, so. Now we want some pepper though. Just put all that pepper in. Now we want it nice and chunky. Nothing better than having a nice big chunk of pepper when you're eating something.
Yeah.
And you get that piece of pepper that's right between the teeth, and you just chomp down on it. It's just, oh, and it's just that burst of peppery flavor in your mouth.
It's good, yeah.
I love that.
It's a moment for sure. It's a moment.
Hey, speaking of moments, while I'm putting pepper in here, you might as well put some pepper and music on. What do you
I guess so, yeah.
Play a little of that guitar, buddy.
Am I playing?
We need some pepper going on here, yeah. so now we got the pork is going. It's frying away real nice. Now we're going to start on the sauce. So, really quickly, before we do that, before we start on the sauce, we're going to get to the garlic and the ginger. So what I've done, when you buy ginger, the like nubs and fingers of ginger, fresh ginger, it's real easy to just grab a spoon. And if you have like any kind of skin on it, which it does, it's got a real thin skin on it, you just use a spoon and it comes right off, just like that. You don't have to use a vegetable peeler or anything, just a spoon and you're good to go. Now another good trick is to put it in the freezer, because when you grate it, it comes off like almost like a gingery snow rather than
really cool.
long pieces of ginger. So I put this in the freezer. So what we're gonna do is just grate this up. So I'm not sure how much you're gonna need. I'm just gonna use this kind of nub of ginger, all right? And so you just grate that up. See how nice that comes out? Look at that.
Yeah, it's
Nothing
perfect.
to it.
Yeah.
And then you just keep on grating it. Now, ginger is a little bit fibrous, so you're gonna see kind of like these little hairs all over the place. Don't worry about it. You can go throw away the hairs afterwards.
All right.
Once you get everything grated up, the hairs kind of stay behind. So you want to get as much of that ginger as you can. There, and that's, see all that hairs? Yeah, you don't want that, not good. All right, put that away. And you get all your ginger off the grater. Then you go to the garlic. And like I said, we're gonna be using all of this garlic.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, I haven't used this for a while. I think it's, okay, let's get it in there. So, squeeze your first one in there, and you can just keep on going. Garlic squeezing music, please.
All right, I had a feeling you'd want something there.
Keep going, keep going. Just a couple more. Come on, baby, you can do it. And 2 more to go. And we are done. Just like that, hey? We got about 7 cloves of garlic in there.
That's a lot of garlic.
That's a lot of garlic that we're going to be using.
I'm not
But you
complaining.
know what?
I love my garlic.
You need that.
Yeah.
Now the pork is getting all browned up. All right, so while that's going, what we want to do now is put the garlic right into the pork, okay? We're not going to do it into the sauce. We're actually going to put the garlic and the ginger right into the pork so that it gets all kind of married in there and...
So it really gets into the meat, I imagine, right?
Exactly. So ginger goes in.
Now, can you put too much ginger in? Is there something like if it's too much, it throws it off a bit, or?
I mean, it's called ginger garlic pork, so we want...
So you want a lot in there,
We
I
want a
guess.
little bit of ginger in there just to make sure that you're
right.
getting a good taste of ginger. So I think this would be probably enough. I don't know if you want to have any more, but oh, you can smell that right away. Oh,
You can. You can
right
really,
away, boom.
yeah.
As soon as that
Love
ginger and the
that.
garlic hits the heat, you can smell that. Okay, so we're gonna crank that heat up, keep that going. All right, next we are doing the sauce. Bowl. Tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna just let this go for a little bit. We're gonna take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're gonna do the sauce on Cooked with Shaq. Come on back. look at you go. You are fired up today, my friend.
It's I can just smell it. It's in the air.
It's the garlic. It's the ginger.
So good.
Oh, it's the pork. It is so great. It's Cooked with Shaq. Thanks for joining us. We are making garlic ginger sticky pork tonight. We've got the pork. It's all ready to go. Now we had garlic in there. We've got fresh ginger. We've got rice ready to go. And now we have to do the sticky part of the whole thing. We've already got the garlic and the ginger. Now we do the sticky part of the portion of the recipe. So, nice big bowl. What you want to start with, this is super easy, just some honey, regular old honey. Make sure it's the liquid honey, because if you get the hard honey, well, it doesn't really mix very well. All right, so dump in, I would say, pretty much all of it.
Pretty much. That's a very good measurement.
Let's just keep on going with that.
So something like that.
Yeah, just a little bit of honey.
Just a bit.
There, close enough.
Okay.
All right.
Glad we got that
Nothing
sorted
to
out.
that. Now we want a little bit of soy sauce. And I'm not exactly sure what, again, we're just eyeballing it, so that's about right.
Really quickly,
Yes.
just a little life hack here. You know what the soy bottles, you know how they have like the little thing on the top there?
Yeah,
right? Just poke a hole in it. Instead of ripping off the whole thing, you know, and then you got this whole, like, it dumps out and pours all over your rice. You just poke a little hole, and it just pours out just a little bit.
Nothing to it. And you don't get all that soy sauce down the side of the bottle.
Exactly.
Drives you nuts.
Telling you guys.
Run it under water to get it all cleaned off. Oh, perfect. Just
Poke a little hole.
nice little hole in the top, and away you go.
You
Well,
don't need such a big, huge thing coming out.
right, it's too late for this one, but oh well. Okay, so now
Little tips.
we have a little bit of rice vinegar, okay? Not too much, about maybe a tablespoon. Yeah, maybe, that's good enough. That's good enough for now. We don't want to get too much going on there. And of course, the hot sauce.
Yes.
All right, we got to get the hot sauce in there. And we'll put in about,
Yeah.
that should be good. All right, anything else we need to put in here right now? No, a little bit of pepper. Let's just put a little bit of pepper. We don't need salt because we've got the soy sauce in there, and that's got a lot of salt. So again, let's put in some pepper. Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. All right, now you have to do this slowly because you got all that honey in there, right?
Work it.
Yeah, that's right. You just gotta work it around. Work it around till you get it all incorporated. Keep working it around. Keep working it
Oh
around.
man, it's like
Wow, it's just taking a long time. Just keep on going. We'll get there. Just keep getting it. Just keep on working out the whisk. A little bit more. You know, a blender probably would have been a good idea at this point.
yeah.
What the heck were we thinking? It's all right. Keep on working it. It's coming. It's coming. There we go. There we go. Now it's all moving together. And then what this does is form a nice glaze. Oh, there. See, now it's really coming together.
There we go.
There, that feels better. There, all we needed was a little bit of stirring honey
That's right.
soy sauce
Just
music.
needed some beautiful chords, you know?
There we go. Now, before we put this back into, okay, this is what we have to do next. I'm all over the place today. All right, we take the pork. That goes into another bowl. Okay. Pan goes back on. Put the heat up to high. We take our sauce now, and we put the sauce into the frying pan. Now what we're gonna do is we want to get every last second or every last bit of that sauce out of there. So we'll spatula it out. Get it all out. Now what you want to do is bring this sauce to a boil. So it'll get going here in just a couple of minutes. Just give it the whisk, and then see all the extra flavor that's in there from the ginger and the garlic is going to incorporate into the sauce too. It's going to get a lot thinner because it's melting the honey, right? So once that gets going, okay, now we check the rice, make sure the rice is good. It looks good. See, look at all the, how it's not really sticky. You want it a little bit sticky, but not too sticky. But each grain of rice is just kind of its own thing, so that's perfect the way that is. Okay, rice is good. And just like that, the sauce is starting to boil. Now what you do is take your pork, put it right back into the boiling sauce. And then you let that sit there for a while and get all that sauce all over that ginger garlic pork. And you let it sit there for a little while, because what's going to happen now is it's going to start to reduce, and that means that it's going to thicken up.
Nice.
And
yeah.
so that's where we get the sticky. It's going to start getting, see, look, you can see the bubbles coming up from the sauce boiling.
Cool.
And what's going to happen is all that steam's going to come out, all that moisture is going to come out, and it's going to get really thick and get really sticky. So it's going to be awesome. So we're going to come back after a couple of minutes. We're going to let this go, and we're going to talk about the broccoli that we have to serve with the rice and the ginger garlic sticky pork on Cooked with Shaq, coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Farm to table, Saskatchewan's hog farmers are committed to safe, sustainable pork production. Enjoy the flavor of the world's finest pork, raised by people you can trust. Visit saskpork.com or visit us on Facebook at Pick Sask Pork.
Welcome back. It's Cooked with Shaq. I'm Shaq. He is Harrison, and we are making garlic ginger sticky pork, and it's ready to go. Oh, can
man.
you smell that? I wish.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry you can't smell that, but you know what? There it is, right there, and look at how nicely done the pork is, and it's all sticky and gooey, and oh, it's looking so good. Now, what we want to do is we want to transfer that into. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
I love it.
How that gooey, sticky sauce is all over. Oh, it's looking so good. So what we want to do now is put this right back onto the element. Turn them back to the heat, and we're going to take some broccoli. And what we're going to do actually is put a little bit more canola oil in there. And we're going to quickly stir fry some broccoli. Now this isn't going to take very long to do, because we want to keep it kind of crisp. We don't want it to be really droopy, and you know how you know, some people, when they cook broccoli, it's all kind of limp and it's really soft. Well, we want to keep a little bit of crispness to it. So we're just going to quickly give it a saute. It's going to pick up some of the flavors from the sauce. We're going to put a little bit of salt in there. A little bit of pepper. And once you see that the broccoli has become really vibrant green, that's when you know that it's done. It doesn't take long at all. Speed it up just a little bit. We're going to throw a wee bit of water in. Okay, so while that's going, what we're gonna do is we're gonna plate up this great dish. Oh, this is so good. Okay, grab a spoon. Take your rice. Look at how well done that rice is. It's perfect. Okay. So you want a nice bed of rice. Right, looking good. I can just tell you're just your eyes are just
a lot of rice.
Well, you know what? This is what we're doing. Oh, look at that! Look at how nice that broccoli is. Nice and green.
Really, yeah,
it's got perfect. Nice and green. Okay, so what we want to do now, just make sure that it is going to be the right tenderness. And by the looks of things, hang on one second. Sometimes you just got to check. Don't use a knife though, use a spoon.
Yeah.
I just ran out of spoons, so
Don't be like Shaq.
just be careful. That's perfect. Nice. Okay. So you want to take some of the broccoli.
It's very green.
It's very green. See? It's that's what you want, that vibrant green. All right, you just kind of
This is
spread that
looking
around.
so healthy. I can't believe it.
Then there's no bacon or cheese.
Wow.
Not this time around.
You couldn't even just put like a little bit of melted cheese on that broccoli,
Well,
like it's steaming, like
Well,
just
we
layer-
could have, you know.
No.
But you know what? Look
With
what
this
we
sauce,
have.
though,
Look what
it-
we have instead.
Yeah, look at this sauce. I can't
All right.
complain here.
Yes.
This
Okay,
is
let's take a look
unbelievable.
at some of this sauce first. Let's grab some of that sauce
Yes.
first.
Oh,
Just kind of
man.
drizzle it. Look at that.
Just layers of it. That's
Drizzle it
beautiful.
around on top of that broccoli. Okay, now let's get some of that pork in there. Look at that. Okay. Isn't that nice, huh? Pile it up a little higher?
Sure.
Why not? There we go.
Oh, man.
And just to top it off with one more little piece of broccoli, just like that, right on top, like a little tree. And there it is. Does that look good or what?
That's beautiful.
That is ginger garlic sticky pork on broccoli, steamed broccoli, well, pan-fried broccoli, on rice. And I'm telling you, you are gonna love this. It is so good. Now it's made with, we had some soy sauce, we had some honey, we had, what else did we have? Rice vinegar,
Yeah.
we had some hot sauce, and then of course we had the fresh ginger and the fresh garlic, and put all that together, and that's what you get. Look at that. Beautiful ginger garlic sticky pork, and it's all on Cooked with Shaq. Thanks for joining us, and we will be back again next time on Cooked with Shaq. From Harrison and myself, have a good one. Music for this episode of Cooked with Shaq was supplied by Andino Sons.